I kind of want to talk about the iPhone 3GS just to kind of show my appreciation towards it. When people talk about the old iPhones, it's usually about the iPhone 5s, 4s, or whatever. I rarely see people talk about the 3GS, so I kind of wanted to just make this quick video just kind of showing my appreciation. I want to say this is the last one that supports iOS 6, and also the back being plastic, you know, as opposed to glass, like on the glass or aluminum on the newer ones. So I feel in that sense it's kind of special. And then right here we have the ringer switch, you know, with the little orange dot. Yeah, the speakers are kind of nasty. The one I have right here, this is going to be the iPhone 3GS in 16 gigabytes, I believe. I'll double check. In black. There was a white variant, but it was still, the front was still black. So yeah, this is the last one. You could update it to the final iOS update and it'll be on iOS 6, which I thought was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and try out the camera. The camera is, I'll go ahead and take a picture of my AirPods and then I'll go ahead and post it, or I'll go ahead and put it on here so that way you guys can see it in its full resolution. I have to figure out a way to extract it. There has to be a way. I have to figure it out. But yeah, that's pretty much how it looks like whenever you take a picture. I feel like we've seen that so many times on this channel. Like it's kind of insane. The messages app, let me just go ahead and this kind of what it would have looked like if you were trying to send somebody like a text message on iOS 6. I feel like I've showed this before. But yeah, no, I don't have a SIM card installed on it. Let's check out settings. So I do have it on Wi-Fi just to show you what, you know, to its full potential. I do have one photo which I took. I have 2 apps which I'll show you, and yeah, it is the 6 gigabytes, and it is running 6.1.6, and this was an AT&T model. Yeah, well, I mean, I think all of them were AT&T models if I'm not mistaken. They had like a some kind of exclusivity contract with Apple. Let's go ahead and check out some of the notifications and stuff. Some of the settings are on here. I want to do like a real like thorough kind of deep dive into it. I don't have it. It's not jailbroken, so this is just the way it is. I was actually curious to see if there's a software update, but it didn't seem like there was. Yeah, no, iOS 6.1.6 is the latest version. Usage, yeah, this is where we're gonna see. So it's 5.1 gigabytes total storage. It says 7,168 days. If you're curious, that's like almost 20 years. So this just, it doesn't make sense. Because that would imply that, because it's 2024, that would imply that this phone was from 2005 was the last charge. Yeah, spotlight search, you can like remove all the things you don't want to show up on your search, I guess. These are just some of the classic sounds, you know, the classic iPhone sounds. Tritone. I meant to tap tritone. Tweet. These are all still available, I think. You can still set them up. Like you can still select them on your current iPhones. So right now it has the default iOS 6 wallpaper, but I actually kind of prefer this one with the little bubbles. That's always like, that was always my favorite one. I just wanted to show you what else was available too. I meant to hit send both. So yeah, the bubbles was always my favorite one. I don't know why. Yeah, so I actually do have it signed into my Twitter on here. I've apparently I logged it in years ago, but it doesn't let me install the app or anything. It just doesn't do anything, and that's mostly because I'll show you here in a little bit. But the App Store is no longer working. And Facebook, I never signed into Facebook. And you guys remember Nike plus iPod? Like it was just part of the OS. All right, yeah, and Maps doesn't load anything. Even on Wi-Fi, it just doesn't. It doesn't connect to anything. I always like this animation right here too with the little paper. You can kind of move it around as you please. Yeah, I cannot determine location. It just doesn't. It for some reason doesn't work. Weather, weather doesn't work either. If I think I've mentioned that in the past. Yeah, it doesn't work even on this one when you can't, you don't have an option to update it or anything. This just doesn't work. Yeah, the iTunes Store or the App Store don't work. I do have these these two apps, and the reason I was able to get these apps is because I downloaded them before the App Store even went down. So I've had to see this phone. Actually, I didn't have it growing up. I actually got it in 2017 as a backup phone. I don't know. I was just on eBay one day, and I was just like, I just feel like buying an iPhone 3GS. I started looking around, and I found this one, and I was gonna be like you kind of try to justify your purchase. So I was like, oh, I'll use it for music. So I downloaded like these music apps on it. And that's how I was able to get Spotify and Pandora on there. But yeah, as you can see, they don't work anymore. It doesn't even open the app. Like it just crashes instantly, which is weird. Actually, now that I think about it, that might be due to the date and time of the phone. I don't know. I don't know if it's set automatically or if it's set manually, because I know if sometimes if that's off, it does things like that. And Safari, I don't know what page, findolapps.com. I'm not sure why I loaded up that page. But let's see if anything else loads. Activate pre-owned vehicle. YouTube for Mac. I honestly did not know what to search for. I was like, all right, let's just search for music, see what happens. I don't think I don't think it's gonna load anything. Sorry, we'll open a new tab. And I keep forgetting that you could just Google search. Apps are not working on iOS 6. All right, I've searched that before. So Google search works, surprisingly. But I was trying to just, yeah, there's no point in going to Google if you have the search bar right there. But I just wanted to see how the website looked. This is 2024, but you can tell like none of the assets of the website actually load properly. Surprisingly, apple.com semi works. Like you're able to scroll through it. I just thought it was kind of poetic, kind of poetic to search up. Look at the Apple website from an iPhone 3GS. Yeah, no, nothing really works though. I think eventually, let's see. I don't know why I accidentally opened healthcare or something. I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to like pull down to refresh. Like my muscle memory was like, oh, let me. But of course that didn't work. That wasn't released until much later. Yeah. Okay. So I was gonna go to just YouTube, but I didn't want to load up some like just whatever. I wanted to actually go to the YouTube homepage. So let's just Google YouTube and see what happens. I was trying to like autofill it, like, you know what I mean? Like, but it just I couldn't figure it out. And actually the battery on this thing is kind of good. Like I hadn't charged it in a couple hours before I made this video and it was still at 100%. Just barely, like it reached 98%, but I'm doing pretty CPU intensive tasks. Yeah, YouTube of course didn't load. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what to search for. I was just like, just seeing whatever works. So I somehow stumbled upon the future of healthcare or something like that on Apple's website. So I was like, all right, well, let's watch a video, just any video, honestly. See if how, the interface looked and stuff. But yeah, it didn't want to work. Like the video was just crossed out. And I almost forgot. Let me show you guys notification center. I was about to say control center. Notification center. So this is actually the notification center, how it looked like. You guys remember tap to tweet? That was dude, I use that feature all the time whenever I had iOS 6. And I was kind of upset that they got rid of it in iOS 7, but this was like my most used feature, or one of my most used features. And yeah, apparently Pandora has some kind of notification 2,432 days ago. Okay, that seems a little bit more accurate. So I have a notification from about 6 years ago. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. I wanted to see if I had any music on here. I want to see if I had any music, but no, I don't have any music. If you try to go to the store, it just can't connect to iTunes. And then this was the task switcher. Yeah, pretty primitive. So you just hold on and then just exit them. I didn't mean to open notes, but. Oh yeah, and this is before Siri. So Siri was not. This phone didn't support Siri, so we had something called voice control, which is just like a dumbed down Siri, which Siri was already pretty dumb. So this was just like a bare bones, like say a command type of app or type of feature. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what to do. Let's play a song. Let's play something that would have been popular around this time, which around the time that this got kind of the last update. The only real thing that I can kind of come up with or think of was Kendrick Lamar, swimming pools. I think that's what I ended up going with. I just felt like that was this is just like a test so we can see the interface. But yeah, it actually loaded it pretty fast. Like you can tell it had already loaded almost the whole video. Remember when the volume control used to take up the whole screen, almost like half of the screen? And I don't know why. I already had the AirPods here. I might as well just connect them and see what happens. I was holding the button on the back to try to get them into pairing mode, but they weren't working. And so I was like, oh, let me try it with the lid. Let me try with the lid like open, and then retry to connect them and see what happens. So actually, yeah. So whenever I had the lid open and then I pressed the button, then to put it into pairing mode. And funny enough, it actually, the 3GS actually detected it. And if you look at the AirPlay, you can actually see them on there. And it actually has a battery indicator, which is kind of crazy on the top. It looks a bit off, but you can still has it, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it on the iPhone 3GS. It's that doesn't really get much love anymore, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys my appreciation for it. And yeah, or actually before I forget, let's go ahead and try out the stock. I don't know how to read stocks, but there you go. I don't know if that's accurate, but I mean it's there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or that like button, whatever, or not. It's it's up to you. But I'll see you guys later.